Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Two Funcles and a Niece. I am Kia, and we got Big Rob.
Big Rob.
And Funkle Raymond, the favorite one.
Yes, he's feeling himself today. He can't even
I gotta laugh
get
at
online without using dial-up. So y'all take that for what you want.
I think that these new vitamins I'm taking, I'm a little,
Oh, okay. So how y'all doing today?
I'm doing good.
I'm wondering, Raymond, what's all this rocking, man? What's going on?
He just can't hold back. He want to get started. That's what that is.
What's going on?
Yeah, I guess I'm trying some new vitamins. They're vitamins. They're legal vitamins, and they're a little,
That's one you want to keep to yourself. But keep that to yourself. But y'all doing all right? Y'all enjoying y'all weekend?
Staying healthy. That's all.
I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling strong.
Like I said, I might have to put my mask on for you.
I have a slight cough that I'm having problems getting rid of, but I'm feeling okay.
None that
no. Tuesday when you go to work, they're gonna send you home for that one. All right, y'all. Today we are going to talk about the new Georgia election law. Governor Brian Kemp signed. All right. A few changes that I've noticed are dealing with food and gifts. You're no longer allowed to bring anyone standing in line, waiting to vote, any type of food or give them any gifts. Changing the number of drop boxes. That's another change that I recognize. Change in the time the runoffs will occur after election day, and a few other changes. Big Rob, this is your show. How do you feel? Come on.
Oh wow, good one. How do I feel? Georgia is on my mind. And let's I don't want to be confused. It's not just black and brown. There's white sprinkled in there as well that hate what's going on. What they're doing in Georgia is they seem that accepted. They still haven't actually accepted the election, and it's like Donald Trump is still their main focus. How did he lose Georgia? What went wrong in Georgia that they had to go and start changing the rules in Georgia? Was it too many people came out? Because they're still on this somehow, some way, somebody cheated. So did they cheat only in the black community? Did they cheat only in the Hispanic community? Was there too many drop boxes in the black community? So, they couldn't figure out where the cheating was at. So why was it necessary to change the laws? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna, on top of what you said, how they lost, because Biden and the Democrats got more votes. That's how they lost.
I get that, and I get that. But what I'm saying is, how if they got all of those votes, where have all those votes been all these years? You know what I mean? Did people flip and leave the Republican Party, and now they changed this law because of that? Was that it? Or was it that they just couldn't see themselves electing another crazy man, elected crazy man back into office again? That's I don't, was it really necessary to change the laws because too many people voted, or did more people flip? And that's their concern. I find it, that was their biggest mistake by changing the laws, because I think more people flipped than anything.
What do you think about, hey, Funkle, one moment. Big Rob, what do you think about the runoffs being changed from 4 weeks to being switched from 9 weeks to 4 weeks after election day. What do you think about that?
That's because they want to stop counting. They listen, they're gonna try everything they can do to just pack all the seats that they can. They're gonna do it all. Who's doing the cheating? Why do we have to go from 9 to 4? You know, is that really gonna make a difference if the people come out and vote? Not gonna make a difference, because what they want them to say, not letting people do for anybody online. What does that say if you online, we're online together, and I step up the line to go get us something to drink? Am I committing a felony? I mean, really? We're together. Is that a felony for me to say here if they see me handing you something? Is this how far down the line we've gotten? Because it was nothing like this before. How did they turn around and add these little clauses into it? No food, no drink added. Where'd that come from?
All right, Funkle Raymond, what are your thoughts?
Well, of course, anything voter suppression, I'm going to be against. I think that Congress needs to get on S1 and vote through that John Lewis bill.
Okay.
And that's in the Senate now. It passed the House. It went to the Senate. It's S1 now. And they need to get that through somehow, some way. And that'll take care of this Georgia thing. But until then, you know, all these big corporations, Coca-Cola, Home Depot, the airline, Delta, they have to put pressure on the Republicans in the state houses in Georgia and do something about that bill. That it can't stand. Something needs to be done. And I do believe that between now and 2022, when the midterms occur, that the Democrats will pull a rabbit out of their hat, and that bill will be like taken care of, and we won't have to worry about it. But until then, we got to stay focused on it. I'm glad that Black and brown people, the law is actually focused on Black and brown people. Of course, there are Caucasian people in the Democratic Party, but it's focused on Fulton County and
the poor people.
Areas where Black and brown people are more likely to be.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that Black and brown people are now, you know, sticking together, voting together, showing that that's important and what we can do in numbers. And I hope they stay like that and just get better with it and realize that it's not only the presidential election that you should focus on, but all elections. If you're voting for the lunch lady in the school, vote for the lunch lady that serves what you want her to serve. If you like Franks, vote for the lunch lady that serve Franks. If you like hamburgers, vote for the lunch lady that serve hamburgers. Just get out and vote. You got to vote to make a difference.
Yeah, but here's where we run into a lot of problems. When you got not prominent Black folks, but Black folks with certain names, I'm not going to mention names, get on these news networks and act as if this is a good thing. You know, there's something, and this is a woman, no names mentioned. It's some things that I might, but other than that, I like the way the plan is written. I mean, now she doesn't live in Georgia, so and she doesn't have to do that, you know, that bus ride that's going to take them, 2 hours of a bus ride to get all the way to vote, and then stand online for 11 hours to take, another 2 hour to 3 hour bus back home. She doesn't stand on these lines. So listening to them talk, it kind of tells you like, wow, the ones that can get on TV and talk are the ones that are pushing us back. Because you got, and like I said, a couple of these are women, who the real loudmouth women are getting on TV and saying how we're trying to get the blacks to come over to the Republican Party, and I mean, what are they trying to be, these new black leaders? Bring them over to the Republican Party and bring us over there for what? To get an even worse deal? I mean, look at the deals you're already throwing at us. You want us to come on the Republican Party to get worse deals? I just can't figure those kind of black people out, man. If they're being paid, hey, come out and say, listen, I got a big check. I'm on their side. Stop hiding it.
Going back to Funkle Raymond, since you're a big baseball fan, what do you think about what Major League Baseball did in response to this new law?
I think they did a good thing. Major League Baseball, they pulled the All-Star game out of Atlanta, and it's a good thing. I think everybody who can do anything that can fix this voter suppression law should do what they can do. And I think the players of color, I think all players should stick together in this. I don't think it should just be a black or white thing. If I'm your teammate, whether I'm white, black, orange, or whatever, I'm going to stand by you because this voter suppression thing can't stand.
Yep.
So I think the players need to boycott.
Yep.
I think the Atlanta Braves or any team that play in Georgia should stand down. They should make a statement.
Falcons too. Yep.
They should make a statement. Everybody should make a statement. This should be a joint effort by every single big corporation, athletes, everything to stand together, because we can't go backwards. Going backwards is a non-starter. We can't go backwards, and we have to work together not to go backwards. Because remember, we've been there before. We don't need to go back.
That's true. What do you guys say to the to some people who feel like we should separate sports from politics?
Well,
Big Rob?
Let me just add something to what Raymond said about players stick together. Think about this one. Colin Kaepernick took a knee. How many black players backed him in that? Think about that one. He was out there alone. How come you didn't see that through all the stadiums? Black players saying, you know what this guy is standing up for are for the rights. This has nothing to do with sports. This is just him for the rights for the black person.
Okay, so, but that was
some did stick with him. Some people did stick with him, and there were others that didn't stick with him. I feel like the reason why he's not playing is because he took a stand. And
exactly. So that's what you'll get if you get the Atlanta Braves guys doing stuff like that. What's going to happen to them? Are they going to get the same treatment? Are they going to be kicked out? If you get the Falcon guys doing the same thing, are they going to not be playing football? That's the thing. Guys started fearing not having to be able to play because you heard guys like Ray Lewis come out and want to stomp on it and things like that. So what happens? Do Atlanta Braves players, do we say we're not going to play because of this? Well, what happens? Do we lose our contract? Falcon guys, do we lose our contracts? That's the problem with it right there. They're going to worry about losing their contract more than standing up for justice.
Okay, but you know about unions, right? So that's why I said when you do something, you do it as a unit. You don't do it one player or another. We do this. We're going to stand down as a team, and you, the owner of the team, either you're going to stand with us in this effort that we're putting up as a team, or we're not going to play for you. We're not going to play. You need us to play. That's the bottom line. If we say we're not doing it, we're not doing it. You can't, what are you going to do? Wrestle us and make us go on the field? No, you can't do that to 25 guys. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So that's what I'm saying. People need to stick together, and we'll get through this if we stick together, because we can't go backwards. Well, John Lewis, Dr. King.
Yep.
They did all this. You know, we can't go back.
That name King, keep that name in mind, because it was a king that put agreement to this plan. It was a king.
So, quick question, back to my initial question on sports and politics, because some people feel like we should not be mixing sports and politics. What are your thoughts on that?
They go
Do you
hand
think
in
Major
hand.
League Baseball got that right?
They go hand in hand.
Let's start with Funkle Raymond on that one. Come
on.
on.
I think that if you can't pick and choose. If you gonna say
that's right,
athletes shouldn't be involved in this, then you're saying that this should be athletes shouldn't be involved with anything unless it's sports related.
There you go. That's
right. You can't pick and choose and say, oh, athletes shouldn't be involved in politics, but athletes can be involved in this. No, you don't get to pick and choose that. That's I think athletes should be able to choose what they want to. As long as I'm going out there doing my job in the sport, that's where that ends.
That's right.
Anything I involve myself in after that, if I'm not hurting myself and affecting what I'm doing, what I'm getting paid for as far as the sport, it's up to me.
That's right. You should be able to voice your opinion. That's right.
Rob,
so it can't be picking and choosing and go, oh, athletes can't be involved in this, but they can be involved in that. No, it's not that. It's either they're going to do it or they're not. And I think they should be able to do what
well, see, that's what
they choose.
You got to give a guy like LeBron James a big up. Big up to LeBron James. Because let me tell you something. LeBron James is not taking nobody's skiff. He gonna speak his opinion, and he don't care how much you don't like him. So big up to him. You know, we need more guys like that. We need guys. Look, the prominent, the guys that stand out need to speak up. Where are these guys? Where are they? You know, you got Steph Curry. He speaks up. LeBron James. These guys, yes, because they bring a big platform with them.
But let me give you an example of what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying here. Let me just give you an example.
Go.
Now, some people may say athletes shouldn't involve themselves with politics, correct? You got people that's going to say that. Sure. But then let me tell you, politicians, you'll get politicians that'll use either country and Western music, rap music, because rap is big, in music in their campaigns. Sure. So why are you taking politics into the music industry?
Exactly.
Why are you running the two together? You can't pick and choose what you want to be intertwined. You can't say sports shouldn't be intertwined with politics, but music can be intertwined with politics because, so if it's going to be politics, deal with politics, and politics only, then that's it. Don't have, let's give an instance. When Tupac, remember when Chris Rock made that joke about Tupac? He said Tupac said gun and it was a congressional hearing.
Yeah.
Right? So why is politics mixing itself into rap music?
Yeah.
Well, so
They were
You know what I'm
mixing
saying? Why they
people to get
into
more votes
music?
is all.
But
So
hold on,
it's
Okay,
that's
is there anything about this new law that you agree with that was changed? Big Rob?
I don't agree with. I tell you like this: the law should not have been in place anyway. There was no reason to change anything because you lost a state once, one time, because your golden boy lost. So you decide the only way to feel better is to change it. See, and remember, when he was calling them hey, you lost, accept it. You can't say, when was the last time somebody won Georgia? Was it Bill Clinton? I think it was in 92.
well, as far as that's concerned, see and like I said, they are targeting black and brown people. It's not
Absolutely.
Democrats. They're targeting black and brown people. They're not just going, we have the Democratic Party. They're targeting black and brown people. So I think like with black and brown people, more black and brown people are migrating from north to south. And that's exactly how the Democratic Party took over and turned Virginia blue.
Well, watch out.
Because a lot of people moved from up north here down to Virginia. And now more moving to Georgia. So they see that's what's going to happen.
But here's the problem, Raymond. Here's the problem with that. New York is going to change one day too. Because people are moving out of New York.
Not enough. I don't think not enough.
Yeah, I don't think New York. I don't think New York is going anywhere anytime soon.
But just like we would never think that Texas can too. Texas,
New York will probably be the last state that will ever turn completely red.
I can see California changing one day, because all of these red states are going to start turning blue. That's where you're going to see that switch. You'll see more of these red states turning blue, and some of these bigger states, maybe New York, maybe California, who knows, turn red. But back to the sports players in it. No, hold on. How about this one? The Village People. How about this? I don't know if y'all heard about it. The Village People asked Donald Trump, stop using our song when you come out. So he's using their song. So what's wrong with a sports figure voicing his opinion? He's not on a basketball court voicing his opinion. You don't see a baseball player holding a bat, you ain't swing for a hit. But before he says timeout, vote for, you don't see that. They voice their opinion after sports. So they're allowed to voice their opinion after that. Fox folks don't like it.
All right, let's go to Funkle Raymond on my question. Did you find anything good about this law?
No, absolutely nothing. There's nothing I can see. I don't even know everything in it, but what I do know that's in it, no, I don't see nothing positive in it. So that's all I have to say on that. I don't see anything positive in it. I think it should be struck down because, first of all, the laws that were in place in Georgia before this law was passed, the Republicans passed those laws.
They passed those laws.
So
exactly.
Now, being that those laws didn't work for them, now they passed these laws.
Exactly.
So I don't see nothing in here I like.
So
do you think other Republican states are going to join in and try to pass some laws to potentially suppress voters, particularly black and brown? Big Rob?
They're definitely going to try that. But you know what they're going to do? They're going to wait to see what happens in Georgia. If that gets shot down, then they won't do it. So it's a waiting game on like Florida, Texas. It's a waiting game. They want to get involved in it, but if Georgia gets shot down, they'll pull away from it. So I see that part of it. They'll wait and see if Georgia, because they already see what's happening. Georgia's going to start losing all that money, and things are not going to work out for them. So Does Texas want to lose all that? Does Arizona, do these places? No, they don't want to lose those things there. So no, they're going to wait and see how bad Georgia crashes before they say, okay, we're not going to do that.
Uncle Raymond, do you think the Senate is going to pass the bill that's sitting there
That's
waiting?
one. They have to. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The only way that I don't see Georgia changing their law, at least until after the midterms. But that law needs to be changed before the midterms. So, because they're trying to take back the Senate, and they're not going to be able to take it back unless they take Raphael Warnock's seat when it comes up and on the midterm. So they got to pass. S1 got to pass no matter what. By any means necessary, it got to pass.
So
And I think they would have to vote for it.
Are they going to have the votes? Do you think they're going to have the votes? We
If
know
Joe
it's
Manchin,
do you think they're going to have the votes?
If Joe Manchin jump on board, I think they'll knock out that filibuster to get it passed. But they need Joe Manchin to jump on board. I think that's the only thing they're actually waiting for, is for Joe Manchin to say, yes, I'll vote with y'all. And once they get that, they'll knock out that filibuster, and the 50 votes is what it's going to need, and they'll do that 50 votes, and Kamala Harris will break the tie with the one vote, and that'll be 51.
Well, right now,
Big Rob, do you think the Senate is going to pass this bill?
No, because I don't see Joe Manchin changing his mind. No, he's doing what same thing like John McCain would do, and came and gave the thumbs down. I don't see him changing his mind about things. And he's going to sit there just the way he is. Who was it that didn't want to get on board with the $15 an hour?
That was Joe Manchin.
Exactly. So what does that tell you about the guy? He's not on board with the Democrats. He's not going to get on board with the filibuster going down. He's just forget about trying to convince him. He's not going to do it.
Okay, so this is a good question for y'all.
Go for it.
How do you think? So, okay, say Senate doesn't pass this new bill, 2022 come up. What do you think Black and brown people are going to have to do to ensure that Georgia doesn't flip? Uncle Raymond, can they do it? Can they do it?
I think they can, but I don't think it should be as hard as they're trying to make it. I mean, if you're willing to stay out there day and night and vote and stuff, and like we all said before, vote early, and then you won't have, you got, that gives you more time. Vote early, don't lollygag with it, and do that. I think they can still keep it, but I truly, in my heart, believe that S1 is going to pass through the Senate.
Well,
Big Rob, what are your thoughts?
I feel like this. As long as Manchin is sitting out, it won't pass. And as long as it won't pass, that Georgia will go back to the way it was, red, because they're going to suppress the votes. And people, let me tell you, people cannot stand on those lines that long without having some kind of consumption of something. And if you're telling people that they're going to be getting arrested and charged with felonies for bringing food for people that have been online, I mean, think about it. Who wants to stand on line for 1 hour, let alone 5, 6, 8, 10, and not have any food or no drink at all? No, it just won't happen. And I can see a lot of Black and Hispanic people walking away saying, I just can't do it. I understand about voting early. Yes, some people can vote early, but you got some people that can't get there early. And if people are on lines for 10, 11 hours, that means a lot of people can't vote early. And the sad part about that is that once you get that idea that I can't get nothing to drink. I'm hungry. And you hear some of these newscasters. Well, why don't people just bring food? Think about that. Telling people just bring food. No, stop. That sounds stupid. When you got out there and you on that line that long, I can see people just get discouraged, walk away, and that's where it falls apart on us.
I guess that, yeah, when they say, well, why not bring food? Well, if that's your only choice, then that's where they're at, and they're gonna have no choice but to do it. But bring food, bring beverages, because if you get out of line, now you're gonna have to look. Now you're at the end of the line. It's probably thousands of people. So it's unfortunate that, that's where they're at today. But if that's your only choice and your only option, then you have to do it. My biggest issue is, why are we standing online 10 and 15, 20 hours to vote?
There you go.
That's the big problem right there. I don't even want to stand in line for anything for 10, 15 minutes. So exactly. I can understand the frustrations with people waiting in line for hours. That's the biggest problem. How do you correct that? That should be the main thing. We shouldn't have to wait 2, 3, 4, 5 days to know the results. How do you correct that? Not how do you suppress the vote? Well, because that's what we should be working on. But
yeah, well, when you go inside the vote, how many voting machines in there? And you got, 3,000 people online, and you got 2 voting machines. That they know what they're doing. There's no reason for that. There should be at least 20 voting machines in there, if not more, so you can get these people in and vote. But they don't want to do that. And they see, here's where they didn't make that law clear. Now, say like the 3 of us are online, right? And I go in the bag and I take out a bottle of water and they just see me reach and hand it to you. Is that a felony? Because I'm handing you water. They said you can't give water to anybody. Is that a problem now? But because the only thing they're going to see is this: me, water bottle, reaching to Raymond, handed him water. That's the only thing they see. Is that a felony? Can I be pull up the line and arrested for that? Chances are I could be.
Yeah, they have it as a misdemeanor right now. So my thing is, you got a plan. And if this is what it is today, and the mindset is, we cannot let Georgia flip. What they did to turn Georgia, now if they don't pass any new bills or laws or whatever in the Senate, and this is what it is in 22, unfortunately, people will have to adjust to what they've done. And I'm not going to be able to say, hey, Big Rob, here's a bottle of water, you're choking. We going to plan ahead. When we get in line, Big Rob, you got your hero, you got your bottle of water. Here, I got mine. Funcles Raymond, you got your hamburger, your little cheeseburger and fries. You got what you need to eat, and we're just gonna have to stand in line. That's why I always do early voting. I'm not standing in anybody's line for anything, because in this day and age, we should not be standing in lines for 2-3 hours to do stuff. But absolutely, if you can stand in line for 10-15 hours for a Jordan release, then you can stand in line 10 or 15 hours to exercise your right to vote. It's unfortunate, and we should not have to do that, but this is where we're at now. And more states will probably try to do this, like places like Texas. They may try to do that in Florida as well. So we'll have to adjust. We're always having to adjust because the people we've elected have failed us. It's unfortunate. This is where we're at today. And don't hand me no water, Big Rob, because I'm gonna knock it right out your hand. Because I'm not doing no time for you. I'm not doing no time for you. Okay, hold on to that water. I need to be handing you a bottle of water right now over there. Is Governor Kemp gonna come for us if I hand you some water?
My throat got a little dry. Excuse me.
Big Funcles Raymond, come on now. Your brother over there choking. You ain't even trying to.
No, listen. I don't got my mask on. I don't want to get too close to him.
I was gonna write help on this, but this is the filter through my mask.
Right here. I got you covered. You see, your niece always looking out for you. Here you go. You need. Here you go.
Hey, this is PM 2.5. Just hey, go out and get those shots now. Get your shots. Get yourself protected. Get yourself protected.
Anyways, let's get back to the real deal. So overall thoughts on this new bill, Big Rob, new law, Big Rob.
My thoughts on the new law is as follows. They're just going back. We're just going back in time, and they needed a starting point. Georgia lit the fuse. Let's see let's see how far this blows up. Does Georgia blow itself up, or does this fuse travel on through Texas and all these other states, before it hits the White House? We have to see where it goes. As far as the Senate, I wish I was on the same side as Uncle Ray, but Joe Manchin is just not I don't trust this guy. He's shooting down too much, and I just can't I just can't trust him. Ray, take it home.
See, I was right on time because you started choking again.
No, I have a little faith in.
Breathe, come on.
I have a little faith in the Senate right now, and I just hopefully they'll get this thing done because something got to happen. It can't stay this way. Something has to happen.
Uh-huh. You
didn't say much.
I'm letting you guys have it. This was Big Rob's show. This was his topic. My thoughts are I do not believe and trust the Senate. You got Manchin. I do not trust him. I feel like he's an undercover Republican in disguise. I'm not for party, but my thing is if they do not vote for this new law, bill in Senate, people in Georgia, it's unfortunate. They're going to have to make probably the hardest adjustment they've ever had to make when it comes to laws currently. And they're going to have to plan in advance. Pack your bag with food. Don't get online and then give someone food because chances are someone's going to be coming and tapping you on your shoulder.
Absolutely.
And placing you under arrest. So the biggest thing is to know your rights before you go out to vote. And even with requesting the absentee ballots, that has your time frame that has decreased as well. So you got to know your laws. That's been the biggest issue with most people with voting. We don't know all of our rights with it. We know we got the right to vote, but what else is underneath that? What's the fine print? What are other things that we don't know about that could potentially screw us over when it's time to vote? There are a lot of things that people are gonna have to research and know prior to 2022 and everywhere, and especially in Georgia. So I think that I don't see the Senate. I just don't trust them. I don't see them making any changes.
Nope.
I don't feel like they'll have the votes just because of Manchin, and I don't think it's gonna happen. So just Georgia's gonna have to fight like they did in November 2020. Fight, continue to push forward and get out there and say, even though you did just try to suppress my vote, guess what? I whipped your and I got out there and I voted, and guess what? We're not flipping. I don't care what you do. We're not flipping. So know your rights. Know what's going on with the new law. Know what you need to do, and tell your family members and your people, get out and vote. Don't bring me no food. Don't do anything. I got to do this on my own. That's what my research has shown. It's everything. You got to do it on your own, from requesting your absentee ballot to the whole food thing, to just standing in line. Just you're on your own, and you got to do what you have to do to make sure that whoever you're voting for, it counts, because they're trying to take that away.
Trying their hardest to take it away.
Yeah. Funkle Raymond, you're a little quiet over there. Go on and say what you got
No,
to say.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but like I said, I believe that the bill in the Senate is going to pass, and that's that's where I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand on that as of today, and let's hope that it does pass. I mean, you can look at you can look at it and go, it's not going to pass, but I'm hoping that it do pass. So
we all are.
I just want to stand on that, and I don't want to put thoughts in my head that no, it's never going to pass. So I don't want to jinx it. I want to stay thinking that it's going to pass. We're going to get that done.
I would like to go along with that, but $15 an hour didn't pass either, and so Joe Manchin he's not a team player. It's obvious to that, and if he is a team player, it's quite obvious what team he's playing for.
He just need to come on out and just let everybody know.
Let everybody know I'm an undercover. Yeah, I'm a Trump guy. Yeah. He might as well come right out and say, I'm a Trump guy, and everything Trump said, about the election was a fraud and cheated and this and that, and they wasn't counting votes and this. Listen, there it is. His story is told. If not, he would get on board and say, let's get all this stuff passed, because we cannot suppress votes anywhere in the United States of America anymore. Women.
Here's one thing for you guys before we wrap up.
Go ahead.
So obviously they felt there was cheating, right? So, and we're gonna start with you, Big Rob. So if they felt like there was cheating, was it cheating across the board or only for the Democrats who won? They don't have any issue with any of the Republicans that won. So what are your thoughts on that?
You know what? To be honest, I don't think they believe there was cheating. I just think that they're hurting that their man took such a beating. They're just using the cheating because he's using it. That's just my feeling. I don't believe that they believe it's cheating, because even like his 3 Supreme Court judges that he put in there told him no. So I don't believe they all believe it was cheating. I just believe that they said, you know what? We've been riding this horse this long. We got to stick with it, because we might need him, when it's time for us to rerun. So that's just my.
Right. I know. I don't believe they think it was cheating. I just think that the fact that they lost Georgia, the fact that they lost the Senate, I think that they like I said, people of color came together with others, and that's why they showed the power in their vote. And that's why they're not trying to suppress the Democratic vote. They're trying to suppress the vote of people of color. They don't care if Caucasians vote. They know those Caucasians, Democratic Caucasians alone is not going to get it done. But when people of color come together, join together with those Democrats, those Caucasian Democrats, that makes the difference. So they're trying to suppress our vote. They're not trying to suppress the Caucasian person's vote. So I think that it's like, people just got to vote. That's the bottom line. Get out there and vote. And hopefully this Senate thing will pass, the Senate bill will pass. And you got to get out and vote, because they're trying to suppress the vote, not the Democratic vote. They're trying to suppress the vote of people of color.
Okay, you heard it. You heard it from Funkle Raymond and Big Rob. Check out this cool video if you want to see more of the Funkles debate on the $15 minimum wage. All right, y'all. Be great. Have a blessed weekend. Peace.
Peace.